The scale of the universe actually terrifies the absolute bejesus out of me. Like, it is cuckoo crazy. I don't even know why I do this to myself at this point. Every single time I go down this rabbit hole, I always feel like my brain is going to burst into a million pieces. I honestly feel like most people aren't even really ready to hear this information, but if you're one of the weird ones who likes to have a casual existential crisis as a pastime, then be my guest. And don't worry, we'll start off slow and I'll ease you into it, and we'll get more and more wackerdoodle as the video progresses. Okay, so let's start with something we can wrap our smooth little brains around. Earth, right? Good old Earth. We think it's pretty massive because it takes like 14 hours to fly across it, but Earth is motherfrickin' microscopic. I'm talking less than a grain of sand. Probably couldn't even see it with a microscope in the grand scheme of things. So let me just lay this out for you real quick. You could fit about 1,300 Earths inside Jupiter. And that's not just me being a drama queen. That is legitimately how many Earths you could cram into Jupiter. And Jupiter isn't even that crazy. That's not even close to the wildest part. The sun, our friendly neighborhood ball of fire that we rely on not to die, could fit 1.3 million Earths inside of it. Do you understand how absolutely stupid that is? Every single person who has ever lived, every building, every mountain, every ocean, all of human history, wouldn't even be a rounding error inside of the sun. We would be less than a speck of dust. And honestly, the sun is actually a pretty mid-tier star. It's like the Honda Civic of stars. Reliable, gets the job done, but it ain't turning any heads. And speaking of baffling, do you know what else is going to boggle your mind? There are stars out there that make our sun look like a marble next to a beach ball. There are some massive suns, like UI Scuti, and also Stephenson 218, which I think might be the largest recorded star in history, are so monumentally huge that if you replaced our sun with one of them, they would literally swallow Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and keep going past Jupiter. The radius of these absolute units would extend beyond Jupiter's orbit into Saturn. So just sit with that for a second. A single star so disgustingly massive that it would consume our entire solar system and then some. And we're not even remotely close to the really scary part yet. So as you probably know, our sun is hanging out in this galaxy called the Milky Way, and the Milky Way has somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars in it. So let's just say like 200 billion to be conservative. That means there are roughly 200 billion suns in our galaxy alone, give or take. Each one of them is a massive thermonuclear explosion that has been going off for billions of years. Most of them bigger than ours. Many with their own planets. And that's just in our galaxy. Current estimates put the number of galaxies in the observable universe at 2 trillion. That's a 2 with 12 zeros after it. And each one of those galaxies has hundreds of billions of stars. This info means so many weird, incomprehensible things. Like, first of all, aliens pretty much have to exist. Mathematically, I mean, come on, there are so many chances. And second of all, if God really exists, we're like his weird, annoying side hustle compared to the other tomfoolery this guy has going on. Alright, now let's start getting super weird. The Andromeda Galaxy is our nearest major galaxy neighbor. It's about 2.5 million light years away from us. And I need you to understand what a light year actually is. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year. And light goes 186,000 miles per second. In 1 second, light could circle the Earth about 7.5 times. That's how incomprehensibly fast it is. And in 1 year, traveling at that insane speed without ever stopping for even a microsecond, it covers about 5.88 trillion miles. Andromeda is 2.5 million of those away from us. So let me say again for the people in the back, if you could travel at the speed of light, which you can't because physics hates us, then it would take you 2.5 million years to reach our closest major galaxy neighbor. And that's considered close in space terms. That's literally our next door neighbor. Some galaxies are billions of light years away. I've seen some delusional takes on space, by the way. I saw some people trying to argue that space isn't really that big, and it's all exaggerated. And I do have to wonder if you need to be institutionalized if you're actually trying to claim that. But I mean, also to be fair, I can see why some people would hear this information and just resort to immediate blind denial. It's a lot more comforting to just be like, none of that is real. That's all fake. Anyways, the observable universe, and notice that I said observable, because there's definitely more universe beyond what we can see, is about 93 billion light years in diameter. And here's where your brain is absolutely going to melt. The universe is only about 13.8 billion years old. So how in the hell is it 93 billion light years across if it's only 13.8 billion years old, and nothing can go faster than the speed of light? It's because space itself is expanding. The universe is stretching. Galaxies aren't just moving through space. Space is literally growing between them. It's like if you drew dots on a balloon and then inflated it. The dots get farther apart, but they're actually not moving across the balloon's surface. And it's not just expanding, it's accelerating. The expansion is getting faster and faster, and we don't even know why. We just call it dark energy because we have absolutely no clue what it actually is. And about 68% of the universe is this mysterious dark energy that's pushing everything apart faster and faster. Another 27% is dark matter, which we also don't understand. We just know it exists because of how it affects gravity. And that means only 5% of the universe is normal matter. The stuff that makes up me, you, Earth, all the stars, all the galaxies. All of it is just 5% of what's actually out there. So basically, we don't even know what 95% of the universe is made of, or why in the hell it's happening, which is really just super comforting. Very, very wonderful. And here's another thing that will absolutely wreck your whole worldview. Because the universe is expanding, and because of the speed of light limit, there are parts of the universe that we'll never, ever be able to see or reach, even in theory. Even if we had a spaceship that could somehow go at the speed of light, and we pointed it at some distant galaxy and started traveling right this second, we would still never ever reach it, because space is expanding faster than we could travel through it. It's like trying to run to the horizon, except the horizon is actively sprinting away from you faster than you can possibly run. And I just don't understand, why? Why is it doing this? And how? How is it doing this? There are galaxies that exist right now that we're seeing for the first time, but we're seeing them as they were billions of years ago, because the light took that long to reach us. Those galaxies might not even exist anymore. They could have been obliterated, merged with other galaxies, turned into a cosmic parking lot for all we know, and we wouldn't find out for billions of years. Whenever we look at space, we're looking at the past. The sun we see is 8 minutes in the past. The stars at night are dozens, hundreds, or thousands of years in the past. And distant galaxies are millions or billions of years in the past. And you know what the really disturbing part of all this is? In all of that space, across all of those trillions of galaxies and their hundreds of billions of stars, as far as we know, we are completely alone. We've been looking for signs of life, listening for alien radio signals, searching for any indication that someone else is out there, and we found absolutely nothing. Radio silence. Now, like I touched on earlier, statistically, it seems almost impossible that we're alone. With that many stars and that many planets, the odds that Earth is the only place where life popped up seems infinitesimally small. But we haven't found anyone else yet. Which means either we're looking in the wrong places, or we don't know what to look for, or perhaps life is so stupidly rare that even in a universe this massive, we might genuinely be it, which I think just sounds ridiculous to even imagine. Or perhaps intelligent life has a habit of destroying itself before it can spread very far. Just stew on that for a second. Maybe the reason we don't see evidence of other civilizations is because civilizations just don't last long enough. Maybe every intelligent species gets to about our level of technology and then nukes themselves, or ruins its planet by creating some AI that wipes them all out. Maybe the Great Filter is ahead of us and not behind us. And maybe we're all doomed and just don't know it yet. Alright, we're getting a little dark there. You know, it could be possible that we're just early to the party. Maybe we're one of the first intelligent species to show up in the universe. You know, maybe in a few billion years, the cosmos will be absolutely teeming with life and civilizations, but right now we're just here at the beginning when it's mostly empty. But here's what generally boggles my brain. Even if there are other civilizations out there right now, we'll probably never meet them. And this could be the reason for the silence. The distances are just too vast. Even if there's an alien civilization at this exact moment, having this exact same existential crisis, on a planet orbiting a star in Andromeda, we will never know about them. We're separated by 2.5 million light years of empty space. Even if they beamed us down a message today, traveling at the speed of light, it wouldn't reach us for 2.5 million years. And by then, human civilizations as we know it will be long gone. Our entire species might be extinct or evolved into something completely unrecognizable. And that's just Andromeda, which again is our close neighbor. Most galaxies are way farther than that away. So we're completely alone on this tiny little rock, orbiting a completely average star, in the unremarkable outer suburbs of a pretty standard galaxy, in a universe so incomprehensibly massive that our brains can literally not process it, and the universe doesn't give a single crap about us. It's not malicious, it's not anything. It's completely indifferent. We are so cosmically insignificant that it would be funny if it didn't make me cry myself to sleep at night. I've also heard a lot of people saying, well, if the universe is so big, then we must matter. We exist against such crazy odds. And that is also a weak, stupid argument. That's not how this works. The universe being big doesn't make us special. It makes us even more insignificant by comparison. Every worry you've ever had, embarrassing thing you've done, every little heartbreak, every achievement, all of it happens on this pale blue dot that's barely a single pixel in a photograph of our galaxy. Which I think should probably just humble us and make us just be kind to each other. Stop punching each other in the face. But, it's kind of horrifying when you really sit with it for more than 5 seconds. I mean, come on now, we've been around for 300,000 years as a species? Modern civilization is maybe 10,000 years old. And we've only had the internet and all this technology that we have now for about 30 years. So we literally just got here. We're brand spanking new. We are fresh out the womb, crying for our mummies and acting stupid. Our species is literally like a baby, just learning our first words like mama, dada. That's how I see us in terms of where we're at in our understanding of any of this. And don't get me wrong, what we've achieved technologically and scientifically is stunning. But the time in which we've all been sitting around asking these big questions is not even the slightest blip on the grand scale of the universe. And on a cosmic timescale, we'll be gone faster than you can blink. The sun will eventually expand and literally swallow Earth in about 5 billion years. Long before that though, in probably 1 billion years or so, the sun will get hot enough to boil off all of Earth's oceans. So we've got maybe 1 billion years left. And that's if we're lucky and don't nuke each other. And eventually, and I mean eventually, like incomprehensibly far in the future, the universe will experience heat death. All of the stars will burn out. All the black holes will evaporate through Hawking radiation. Everything will reach maximum entropy and thermodynamic equilibrium. The universe will be cold, dark, and completely dead. Everything we've ever known will be gone, erased, deleted from existence, like it never happened. That is unless somehow we figure out how to escape to another universe, or create a new Big Bang or something. Which, let's be real, probably isn't going to happen. We're probably just screwed. So yeah, the scale of the universe is absolutely, categorically, undeniably terrifying.